The New Orleans Saints open up preseason football action against the Miami Dolphins and quarterback from Baylor, Reggie Davis. We're also going to have our rookie quarterback starting this football game, Kalen Walker out of Grambling State. It's a hometown kid getting the call in preseason action week number 1. Welcome back, everybody, to the New Orleans Saints franchise. Preseason is underway. Now, if you guys would like to go ahead and skip this section of the video, 13-minute mark is what you're looking for week number 1, action against the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you'd like to stick around and kind of see how our rookies are going to play, how our young guys are going to play, quick cut highlight reel here for preseason action, only showing the first half. I'll give you guys some statistic updates, what we did in preseason as far as win-loss record and final stats, so we can kind of get an idea of who's going to make the cut and, of course, who's going to get moved up on the depth chart. So let's talk about the action on the field here. We got a 3rd down and 3 situation. Mike Gesicki getting gang tackled there by Marshawn Lattimore and Tyrann Mathieu, stopping him short. It's going to be 4th down and inches, and Miami will kick this field goal up and good. It is 3-0 early on, and our rookie quarterback, Kalen Walker, out of Grambling State, getting some love from Ryan Ramczyk, the veteran, blocking on his right side. Kalen Walker is a 67 overall quarterback. Throw power is 87, but his accuracy in the mid-70s has got to be worked on. Definitely a project style of quarterback, but I like him. He's got that hidden dev trait. I'm sure that he's going to do just fine as our potential QB1 later on down the line. Maybe year 4, maybe year 5. Let's just see how his development pans out. But first pass for Kalen Walker, unofficially, first pass of his NFL career goes for a completion. Next pass here to the right side goes for another completion. We got 3rd down and 6, and look at this throw. That's a pretty darn good throw there to tight end number 1, Adam Troutman. 1st down and 10, that's going to be a sack. Unfortunately, for Kalen Walker, just could not find anybody open there. That's Joe Schobert, and then it's going to lead to a 2nd down and 19. But look at this quick strike out there. Great read to find Marquez Callaway for the big-time 1st down, a gain of about 20 yards. 3rd down and 4, and there we go. I mean, I'm trying to get cute here, but the CPU passed it for me. So that's unfortunate for Kalen Walker, and I'm heading into instant replay because I'm like, what in the heck happened? I'm trying to look for the tight end out there up the middle of the field in between the hash marks. Possibly the single coverage out there to the left. I don't know. Just goofy stuff in Madden, guys. But take a look at this throw here to Cade Kwame, the star receiver out of Tulane. Another hometown product for these Saints, guys. We love drafting out of Louisiana. Another big catch there for Mack. It's so on this drive, Kalen Walker is just finding every receiver. He hasn't missed. 2nd down and 2, and Walker going out there to the UL Monroe product, Ben Crawford, utilizing that size and that speed and out-muscling and out-manning that cornerback. Touchdown, Saints. What a throw to drop it in the bucket to Ben Crawford. Taking one more look at this throw. That's just a beautiful throw. Maybe even better catch, but that would be the only offense that we muster up while Kalen Walker is the starting quarterback. We will simulate the rest of the game, and he looked like he needed me because he just threw for 3 interceptions. Otherwise, he looked pretty darn good. So take that for what you will, but I did like the feel of Kalen Walker, like when I was playing with him. So I don't know. I do like him a little bit more than Jameis Winston. As much as, maybe as crazy as that is to say, he is 10 overall points worse than Jameis Winston. Winston's a 77, Kalen Walker's a 67. Winston has a normal dev. Walker has a hidden dev. So these things are running through my head like, is Kalen Walker able to be a starter as a 67 overall quarterback? This is, by the way, Jameis Winston's contract season. He's only got 1 more year left. He is 29 years old. So there are some things like pushing me towards thinking that maybe Kalen Walker is the guy. Now, this is a team that just made it to the Super Bowl with Jameis Winston. So I don't know if you could, in real life, if this would be any sort of controversy whatsoever. So I think you just got to go with Jameis Winston for the rest of the season, I guess, right? But look at what he did. Look at what he did against Baltimore. He tossed for 2 touchdowns. Only a couple completions, but in those completions, he did get 2 touchdowns. So in limited action, Kalen Walker was pretty darn good. And then Ryan Armstrong, we saw a couple flashes of him in the preseason game. We'll see more flashes of him in week number 1 here against the Eagles, but he was fairly good too. So we do have a nice 1-2 punch. I think the guys that were on the panel in our live draft did a really, really good job, because the rookies that are coming through, that are on this football team, they're coming through. And I like to see it, because that means we're getting a lot of production out of them in a moment that matters for these guys. They want to make the top of the depth chart. They want to get some playing time. Plus, we need them to. We need to justify why they're in there. Can't put them in there if they're not performing. They can't put them in there if they're not producing. But we need to reveal those hidden devs. We got to see if any of them are superstar X Factors or superstars or stars. We just need to see it. I'm anxious. Over here. Against Denver, we will get another win. So we are now 2-1 to finish off preseason. And as we take another look here at our quarterback situation, Kalen Walker, I don't know, he wasn't too bad, but he did throw an interception. He was 7 of 13. But Jameis was also 12 of 19 for 80%. And he also threw for a touchdown and a pick, just like Walker did. But ultimately, I think in real life, if this was a real-life situation, I think it's going to be Jameis Winston all day. I just, despite how well the rookie played, the guy took you to a Super Bowl, and he was top 10 in passing yards, he was actually number 1 in completion percentage for the season. So it's not like I played bad with him. Yes, the interceptions were a lot, and I got to knock those down. But ultimately, we win with him, and he puts up numbers, and he produces. So I think given that he's 29, he's in a contract season, this may be the last season with Jameis Winston that we have here. So we'll see how fast that Kalen Walker progresses, and maybe if he's ready, I don't know. He could get a +5 by the end of the year. He could be up to a 72. And you might be able to convince me. He might be able to convince me. Little pixel man Kalen Walker might convince me to make him the starter going into next season. Or if not, we might even address it in free agency. We might draft another one that might be a little bit better than Kalen Walker. You know, there's so many things left on the board, left on the table here, but we'll just see how it plays out. It might be a little too early. But overall, preseason stats, I won't really talk too much about it. I think the things that we're seeing on screen are just kind of expected at this point. Caesar Braun actually had a couple tackles for losses, had a sack in here too. Kemba Digby had a pretty nice preseason. Let's see. Zach Bond got in on a sack. Here's your stats leaders through preseason. We got a couple of quarterbacks moving around. We got Rain Rowe, Jeff Young, 2 guys that we're obviously going to follow their careers a little bit, being custom players. J.J. Smith for the Giants up there, right above Patty Mahomes. There's Lucas Key from UL Monroe. And there's Kalen Walker. Nice numbers there. Although the 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, I don't know. I didn't really like that. But Travis Wills actually threw no interceptions. So out there in Seattle, he is from Washington. So it's a nice place, nice fit for him. I think he's clearly the QB1. Like, there's nobody else behind him. Darnell Bourgeois also was perfect. No interceptions in preseason. Had a really good completion percentage as well. Running backs, we didn't really have anybody that was game-breaking, like Christian McCaffrey, like Derrick Henry, those types of running backs. We didn't really have that in this season's draft class. But we do see some rookies popping up in there, like Aaron Chavez. I believe we saw Dustin Perry. There's Barry Williams for Minnesota and Ryan Armstrong as well. So we do have a nice little wave of youthful running backs that are going to be, workhorses down the line. But it'll be interesting to see how those CPU guys too, how they do. But yeah, wide receivers, not really anything to spot, but other than like Sonny Wesley out of nowhere. This guy from, I believe, Utah tight end. How in the world did he do that? But we see Sean Taylor, we saw Ezra Frost, so some rookies there, Brian Sanders. So we do have some guys sprinkled in here from our draft class, some rookies that are on the come up, man. So we got a lot of things to do. But the one thing that's catching my eye here is QB1 as a rookie. So when I made the depth chart changes in the preseason, they're thinking that we want Kalen Walker to be the starter. Well, that's not going to happen, so we're going to swap that. But we will get an opportunity at that point to get some XP boosts for Kalen Walker. Now, I didn't know that that was a thing, but if you want a little cheat code, I guess, there it is. That's kind of accidental, non-intentional. So in preseason, just leave your rookie quarterback as QB1, and then you'll get this scenario that pops up. And of course, if you win the game or you like set an expectation level or something, we'll see it in the cut screen. But you guys, it's kind of funny that he's going to get a boost for not doing anything really. So it's just funny. Now, Chad Whitlock, a guy that we drafted here, a rookie, 6'4", 244. He's basically a tight end. He's almost as big as Calvin Johnson. And I wanted to put him in at tight end, like as a tight end number 3 or tight end number 2, but it won't let me do that, which is unfortunate. So it's only looking at tight ends, fullbacks, and tackles. So that's kind of a Madden glitch. I wish that you could be able to swap people from like bigger receivers over to tight end, or tight ends over to receiver, just something like that. I wish that you could do that in this game. I mean, think about Kyle Pitts. He's basically a wide receiver, but he plays tight end. So I don't know. I just wish that you could move guys around like that at will. Why are we boxed in? I don't know. Why are we playing inside of a sandbox? I don't know. We shouldn't be boxed in like that. We should be able to do whatever we want to do with our depth chart. But that's just me on a little bit of a rant here. But so far, I mean, I like the way that our roster looks at our depth chart, just making some changes here, getting guys in to certain spots. I think we moved Terrence Grigsby over to the right side, I believe, because Andrews Pete is our left guard. Yeah, I do like the way that our team is shaping up. So I did move Caesar Braun to left, actually right outside linebacker number 2. Secondary, not much changing here. Presley Harvin, I'm interested to see just how well he punts with that big frame and that big body. That'll be funny to watch. But we do have our rookies out there to return punts and return kicks. That's Ben Crawford and Cade Kwame. But Cade Kwame seems like he's just a little bit more well-rounded for that role, more versatile for that role. Now, as far as our game plan against the Eagles, what are we going to do? Well, we've got to stop the running game, because I know that Jalen Hurts likes to run, and they just drafted Evan Greco out of Texas, and they still do have Miles Sanders, so they've got a good running team, and there is the cutscene right there for you guys for Kalen Walker. So I decided to say no expectations, because he's not going to pile up any stats, so why would I do that? So no expectations, and there you go. He gets more bonus points for his XP boost. Hilarious. But take a look. Quarterback Clint Turner from Pittsburgh. Another hometown kid. Pittsburgh Panthers quarterback who was absolutely terrible in college, by the way. Mind you, his numbers were terrible. I think he's got a career 46% completion percentage. But he is still a 75, I believe. Yep, 75 overall quarterback due to his rating in NCAA 14 in the Cajun 6 series. So he's the starter for Philadelphia. Why? I have no idea. Why are they benching Jalen Hurts? I have no clue, guys. But he does have the tag as a day 1 starter. And if he keeps making throws like that, he just might be able to hold on to that. But yeah, so Jalen Hurts is probably the better quarterback. I don't know what they see in Clint Turner here, but they might have found maybe a little bit of a gem, I guess. Honestly, guys, a little sidebar here. I didn't mean to make him better than Jalen Hurts. I didn't know the Eagles were going to draft him, and you can't make the tags either. So it kind of sucks that we stole Jalen Hurts' job, because Jalen Hurts has taken the next step in real life, and I think that he's deserving of that QB1 out there in Philadelphia. Let's get to the gameplay here, guys. They will kick a field goal up 3-0, and our first possession goes by the wayside. We can't do anything with it. We can't move the ball forward. We were in negative yardage the whole entire drive, 3 and out. But fortunately, we will hold Philadelphia to another field goal. And now here is Ryan Armstrong's first NFL carry officially, and he goes for a couple yards. So I know he wanted a little bit more, but it's okay. It's all right. He did enough. Did enough there. He will get some more run in this game, I promise you. Good catch out there. Good catch and run there by Chris Olave for the first down. Still 6-0 here, and we're going to try it. 1st and 10 out there to Michael Thomas, and we got a penalty flag. Who's it on there, ref? Pass interference on the defense. It's going to go against Avonte Maddox. That's going to give us a first down, and we're moving the chains here. 6-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Winston passes up the middle here to Troutman. He's going to get stopped at the 1-yard line, which means we are going to use our power back, the rookie from Ohio State, national champion, Ryan Armstrong. There you go, baby. First NFL touchdown. You knew it was coming. You just knew it was coming. He's such a good running back. Good power back. It's totally different than Alvin Kamara. We do get a touchdown here. Clint Turner firing to Devontae Smith, and another flag. And that's Bryce Huff. I've been singing Bryce Huff's praises, man. We signed him in the free agents. I thought he was going to be a good pass rusher for us, but just getting a little too aggressive out there and got the call against us. So unfortunately, that's a touchdown for Philadelphia. And with 1:16 left, Olave, another great job to get out of bounds after making the catch. Nice yak yardage right there. 3rd down and 10. Winston fires, looking for Michael Thomas, but incomplete. Hit as he threw. He's just going to knock it just a little bit loose. An inaccurate pass is going to lead to a field goal, 13-10. And we're cutting it down just a little bit here. Clint Turner, pass, incomplete. And that's a lucky break right there for the Saints, because we have some time left on the clock here to try to get into field goal position and tie this ball game up. But we are firing out here on the sideline. That is Traquan Smith, a big-time catch and run. Getting to the 10. We have 1 timeout left, guys. We will call it. And, you know, Ask Madden says we should be kicking a field goal here. But I know we got 10 seconds. We should be firing at the end zone, or if it's not there, get it out of bounds. Don't risk it. Don't risk a sack. You can't stop the clock on a sack. You don't want an interception. If it's not there, throw it away. Settle for the field goal, and we do. So unfortunately, the Eagles had good pressure on us, covered up all their spots in the end zone, and couldn't find anybody open. But got to give it a try. Got to try to take the lead in that situation. However, we tie the ball game up, 13-13, and we cannot get the running game going. Did you guys see the number of attempts and yards? We cannot get it going for whatever reason. So we're just going to have to keep pounding away, man. Keep pounding away and see if it's going to break. It's got to break at some point. But some scores around the league. I'm actually interested in a lot of the rookies here. Reggie Davis, 58 yards and a pick against Denver. That Travis Willows against Jeff Young game, the Seahawks and the Panthers, looked like that was kind of a duel of rookie quarterbacks. That looks all right. So let's get back into the action, guys. 13-13, and Ryan Armstrong, what did I say? Just keep pounding the run, and it's got to break. We'll see how it goes here for the rest of the football game. We got a lot of time left on the clock, guys. But big-time first down here for Adam Troutman. And again, that verticals play, man, it's always going to be open. We got another, looks like a good route for a verticals call, but the route was jumped. So, hey, the AI learned. We were looking for Troutman right there, and a complete jump of the route right there for an INT. And Jameis Winston, in that contract situation, he's like, man, I can't be doing that. We got to stop doing that, or else I'm not coming back. I got to find a new home. Saints defense will get a stop here, so we get the ball back. And take a look at Ryan Armstrong again. Another 10-plus yard rush. So that rushing average is starting to increase fairly slowly, but it's increasing, so which is good. 3rd down and 9. We're going to call a deep shot there to Michael Thomas. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 11 turns to 3rd and 12 here for Philadelphia. Clint Turner, pass completed to Evan Greco, the rookie from Texas. That's only going to get a couple yards. And both defenses look like we're just making a bunch of stops right here. But 3rd and 3, Marcus May forces the fumble, a big hit on the rookie QB. And Bryce Huff is there to recover it. No challenge, no booth review. It is Saints football. 2nd down and 9, and here comes Ryan Armstrong. Yet again, another 10-yard rush. This guy's been a beast here in the second half. Running back Alvin Kamara checking in. We haven't seen a whole lot of him. He's really been slow going here. You guys can see the rushing yards and the total there, but we've got Jameis Winston in the end zone for another interception. It's unfortunate. That's James Bradbury with the INT from the 7-yard line to the 2. And I just don't know who would have been open in this situation. The check down's there, I guess, right there near the numbers, and then Kamara, but none of that matters because we got to move on. Bradbury decided to make a mistake of his own by bringing it out. They could have been at the 20, but now they're at the 2. A couple plays later, 3rd and 7. Pete Werner makes a great play, and they're at the 6-yard line having to punt the football back to us. So 3rd and 6 at the 35. Winston looking deep for Ryan Armstrong, the rookie. Touchdown. This guy's supposed to be a power back. He can't catch the football. Wow. We might have found a gem in Ryan Armstrong. If he's going to be able to develop this in his game, in his arsenal, dude, watch out for this guy. He can be a receiving back. He can be a do-it-all back. That's impressive, man. That is impressive. But we break the 13-13 tie with that touchdown, and Tyrann Mathieu picks Clint Turner off right when they needed a big response. Philadelphia needed a big response here. But now on defense, they double clutched it. Unreal for Philly. They give up the touchdown to a running back, a power running back. They give up the INT, and then they get busted coverage in the end zone. That's Michael Thomas. What a throw. What a throw by Jameis Winston. So he's just bipolar, man. He's bipolar. Sometimes he makes great reads, and sometimes he doesn't. And then Clint Turner, on the very next possession, throws another interception. From the 48, Marcus May picks it off, takes it all the way to the 37, and we're going to be looking for more. Here's Ryan Armstrong again. Nice tackle. We might have had a chance with a first down right there. But Philly will use their first time out of the second half, and Presley Harvin, that big body, getting into it, and Alontae Taylor just totally whiffs at it, and we're getting blocked out now, and I'm like, hey, the clock's running. The refs are not blowing this dead, so might as well just run away from the football here. But from the 2, here's Clint Turner. Can he break the interception streak? The answer is no. Number 3 for Clint Turner on back-to-back-to-back drives. 3 interceptions. Other than that, he had a pretty clean game. And you started thinking, like, you know, maybe Philadelphia saw something that we didn't. You know, from his college days. 46% completion percentage in college. And this guy got drafted, and now he's taking over the job. It didn't show up until late, apparently. I mean, 3 straight drives of interceptions, but he did go over 300 yards. So, you know, give credit where credit is due, I guess. But if you look at the average rushing yards for our running backs, Greco didn't do much, Kamara didn't do much, but Ryan Armstrong did. He ran the ball effectively. He caught the football effectively. I mean, let's take a look at what he did here. So he had one catch for 35 yards. That might have been 36. But, I mean, if he develops that in his game, guys, watch out. That is really going to be really impressive for that young man. Young Pixel Man. But defensively, I thought we need to clean up just a little bit. Maybe a couple more sacks. And we had 3 in the game. That's fairly good amount. I'd like to have more, especially when with these slider changes, the quarterbacks are going to have those high completion percentages. We need to start rushing them a little bit harder. We need to get home. We need to force some incompletions, force some pressure throws, right, and really make them uncomfortable. But you know, we really didn't do that. Yes, we had those 3 interceptions late, but I think the clutch factor really got to Clint Turner. I don't think it was anything that our defensive pressure was putting on him. I think he just made some bad throws. You face a better quarterback, and maybe we lose that football game. But a lot of upgrades after this win on the road to start off week number 1. We got Kemba Digby here. We got another player. I'm going to focus on the rookies right here in our screen. I'm not going to show kind of the other pros like Peyton Turner or anything, but we did upgrade everybody. And Will Tremblay going to get that run stopper upgrade as well. Maybe power rusher. We'll see what we decided here. Yep, we go run stopper again, and he moves up to a 75, currently from a 73. Plus, you got that morale boost as well. We will use some of our staff points to work on that contract part of our talent tree. because I know that the cap has been an issue for us from season 1, and I don't want it to really be an issue for us for season 2 and moving forward. So expect us to move on into this season 2 here and start purchasing staff upgrades and staff points on the contract situations, guys. But box score here for Carolina, you saw it. Jeff Young is a beast. Christian McCaffrey's good. Got some good wide receivers as well. Fairly decent defense. Carolina will be a tough test for us coming up here on Sunday night. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. That is it for this episode. I know that I wanted to get us all the way to week 6 in this video, but being that it's a 26 minute video, it again would have been around that 40-minute, 50-minute mark. So it just wasn't going to happen here tonight, guys. But I will see you back here on Sunday for more Saints action, and we're going to get all the way to week 6, and then next Thursday for week 7 to about maybe the end of the year. So guys, I'll see you then. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.